Welcome to the MADA Safety and Loss Control channel. In this video, we're going to talk about why employees should always report near misses. So what is a near miss? A near miss is an unintentional incident that could have caused damage, injury, or death, but was narrowly avoided. I like to give the example of driving a car on your own time or on company time. All of us have been in a near miss situation where we're seconds away from taking a turn when we shouldn't have, changing lanes, or another car nearly hit us. That's a near miss. In the context of workplace safety, a near miss could be attributed to human error, like in the picture there, let's say an air traffic controller told both of those planes they had the go-ahead. Or it could have been the result of a faulty safety system or process. Let's say that air traffic controller is supposed to be relying on an electronic system that gave a fault. So that would be an instance as well. A near miss may also be called a close call, near collision, or near hit. Whatever you want to call it, it's the almost accidents that didn't actually happen. So what are some examples of near misses that you could come in contact with in a dealership? I already gave the example of driving a car. Everyone in every department is going to be behind the wheel of a vehicle at some point in time and is likely to have a near miss at some point. But what about almost dropping a car? Let's say you lower a car on top of an oil dolly and it teeters. It doesn't actually fall off the lift, but it had the potential to. In my mind, that's a near miss that should be reported. Or a more extreme example would be the car actually falling off of the lift and almost hitting you or a coworker. Another example would be almost hitting a coworker when driving around the corner of the dealership. That should be reported as well. Maybe we need to put in some new processes or procedures to make sure something like that doesn't happen. What about almost catching yourself on fire when brake cleaner on a hot engine combusts? In my mind, that's a big near miss because you in the service department in particular have so many combustibles and flammables that any fire should be reported and treated like a serious accident. How about almost crushing your feet from a transmission jack being knocked over, or dumping something off of a forklift and almost hitting someone? A fault of any kind that has the potential to hurt somebody is a near miss, and they could be almost anything. So what's in it for you? Why should you as an employee be concerned with reporting near misses to your supervisor? Well, for one, your employer can't fix things they don't know about. And we talk about this whenever we give training on personal protective equipment, like needing additional equipment or replacing equipment or fixing a safety hazard of any kind. Your employer can't intervene if they're unaware that this is happening. Your employer should also be investigating every near miss as if it were an actual injury. The goal of this activity is not to assign blame, but to find the root cause of the incident. Why did this incident happen, and how can we keep it from happening? Accidents are generally the result of many faults in sequence. This is called the domino theory. And by reporting these near misses, sometimes we can intervene early before it turns into an even bigger domino, or this near miss was probably a warning sign that actual event was going to cause the fault. So intervention after a near miss can prevent the event from happening again or having a much worse effect, like injuring you or a coworker. At the very least, reporting it is going to take the responsibility off of you of holding this information from your employer that ultimately got somebody else hurt, and it's putting that responsibility to your supervisor or manager to follow up on it. And your coworkers need to understand what happened so they can take steps to prevent the event from happening to them as well. Just in case you needed a reminder on why accident prevention is good for everyone, your employer and your coworkers rely on you being at work for the same reasons that you rely on them being at work. You all were hired to fill a need, and whenever you can't do that job because you're out being hurt, everyone else has to pony up and still get the job done. Also, no pain, no missed work, no permanent disabilities for you or your coworkers are all positives in my mind, and safety on the job results in lower costs to your employer. Lower expenses allow them to provide raises, more benefits, additional or new equipment for you to use. Safety benefits everyone. You can take an interactive role by reporting near misses and safety deficiencies. At the end of the day, this is a pretty straightforward concept. You can make a difference by reporting near misses for yourself and your coworkers. You decide how much of a role you want to take in your company's safety journey. But remember, your employer and coworkers depend on you.